Breaking news, Alf, in the sports memorabilia state, we have a Beckett employee that has been charged with a felony. What's going on, sports card hobby family? Another day, another sports card video. I hope that you all are doing amazingly well. We're going to dive right into the topic. Our video sponsor today, Pristine Auction. $10 off your first auction win over there, Pristine, down below in the video description. I've got a promo code for it. Hourly auctions, daily auctions, 10-minute auctions over at Pristine. All sorts of cool items over there. So make sure to check out Pristine and use the promo code after you win. I got this on the Sports Card Scammer Tracker Facebook page. If you are not a member, I think it's a good idea to join just to kind of see what's going on with what. A lot of times they alert you to bad buyers, sellers, things that are going sideways in deals. But I saw today, Montgomery County District Attorney's Office, 3 defendants charged with multiple felonies related to forging, selling fake memorabilia purportedly signed by former Eagle Jason Kelce. Now, I should say first, too, they have been charged. They have not been convicted. And in the U.S., it's innocent until proven guilty, but these folks have been charged with 60 felonies, according to this report. Jason Kelce memorabilia was the target here. Upper Marion Township Police and Montgomery County detectives were alerted to the presence of more than 1,100 memorabilia items in June of 2024 that were purportedly signed by former Eagle Jason Kelce, but were in fact forged. The items were supposedly signed by Kelce on June 11th, 12th, 24 at the Valley Forge Casino Hotel. The forged items were offered for sale by Overtime Promotions, owned by Capone, and Diamond Legends, owned by Parenti. So where does Beckett Authentication come into play? The items were verified by Branco, an employee of Beckett Authentication Services. They have verified in quotation marks. The value of these 1,138 memorabilia items, including signed jerseys, helmets, mini helmets, hats, photos, footballs, etc., was approximately $200,000. The kicker here is there actually was an event where Jason Kelce was signing on June 11th, 12th, 2024. So how did they pull this off? Strange. The investigation found that Capone, Parenti, and Branco conspired to use Branco's Beckett Authentication Services credentials to create counterfeit autographed sports memorabilia and then offered it for sale as authentically contracted for products signed by Kelce. Branco and Parenti attended the legitimate signing event on June 11th, and Branco, who works at Beckett, secured a photo with Kelce in order to validate her in the presence of authentication of the forged memorabilia that was never actually signed by Kelce. It says here, Capone, Branco, and Parenti are charged with 60 felony counts, including forgery, theft by deception, dealing in the proceeds of unlawful practices, deceptive business practices, and other charges. And so, as we said before, these are allegations. They're not convictions. We'll have to see what the court of law does. Will they be proven guilty, or is this some sort of a misunderstanding? They are just charged at this point. What does this mean, though, for the overall hobby, and does it really have any sort of big effect on how people choose to buy and sell Beckett authenticated stuff? I'll be honest, I own a lot of Beckett authenticated autographs, a lot. I bought one just this week. I bought one. It's a Halloween card signed by Nick Castle, and he's on Michael Myers is on the phone, and it's inscribed, "What's your favorite scary movie?" Obviously, a great line from the Scream series. Nick Castle's the original guy that played Michael Myers in the first movie. I thought that was a really cool card. Like I said, I have a lot of Beckett authenticated autograph stuff. They are a trusted resource in the space. I would be curious to know what the numbers are historically. Beckett authenticated autographs versus PSA autographs that have been authenticated. Beckett is up there. I mean, Beckett has authenticated a truckload of autographs over time. For me personally, this doesn't change any of my buying habits as far as Beckett authenticated stuff goes. To me, this is a rogue employee, a one-off thing. Could it have happened in other places? I guess so. I guess it could have. We've seen this before with grading companies. Now it wasn't for autograph authentication, but CGC had issues last year with employees that were going rogue and doing some shifty little things. I don't want to call this a nothing burger, because just going back in time, sports memorabilia as a whole, going back to really the 80s and the 90s, especially when people were starting to pay a lot more money for sports memorabilia, kind of the rise of sports cards, sports memorabilia and a lot of the money flowing in, there was a lot of scams. The FBI was investigating a lot, and they still are. They're always investigating sports memorabilia type scandals. You always hear there's FBI agents at the National Sports Card Collectors Convention, and it is because typically somebody has got, that they believe, some sort of fake sports memorabilia, and these investigations, a lot of times, they go on for a long time. What do you all think of this? Does it change any of your buying habits, or is it business as usual as far as this sort of stuff goes? Again, for me, it's business as usual. I'm not buying tons and tons of autograph stuff, but for the pieces here and there that I do want to pick up, I'll pick them up. But there's always this chance. I think the big thing is understanding the risks in any space. There's always a chance that something like this can happen. Again, allegedly happen. We'll see how it all plays out in a court of law. I believe that there's a hearing scheduled for February 5th. I'll be paying attention with Paul Lesko over on Twitter. I'm sure we'll break this thing down or at least report on it in some capacity moving forward. So we'll follow this one. I don't always do a lot of these types of stories, but this one was interesting. We'll follow this one along and keep you posted, my friends. Stay healthy, stay awesome. I'll talk to you again later.